Jets and Dolphins meeting for the second time this season. We'll see if this one's as entertaining as the first one. Jason Horowitz, NFL.com's Pat Kirwan. Glad to be with you here on the NFL Preview Show on CBSSports.com, presented by Tyson Anytizers. And Pat, let's start with Miami, because you had New Orleans on the ropes, and you had a chance to go and get your third consecutive win.
Right.
And you lose by 12 points. You give up 22 in the fourth quarter and lose 46-34. How much does that hurt moving forward?
It doesn't hurt them at all, because they lost basically, in my mind, the same way to the Saints. They're not capable of scoring a lot of points. They're trying to control the clock and eat the clock and run a lot of plays in the running game. So they're not built that way, and they kind of tell you that with their philosophy when they start the game. We know we have to keep this close to the vest, and if we don't, we're going to lose. The Saints came in there averaging 38 points a game. And I thought Drew Brees' comments after the game was, we never panicked, we knew we could catch them and beat them. Just a matter of time, and they did it.
Yeah, they absolutely did it, and they ran right past him in the fourth quarter. Now, in this game, you got a matchup of the #1 running team. That's the Jets, who, by the way, are coming off back-to-back 300-yard performances, which hasn't been done in the NFL since the Bills 34 years ago, and that was O.J. Simpson. And you also have the Dolphins, as you pointed out, great running team, second in the NFL. Which rushing attack will have more success here on Sunday?
It's always a function of which quarterback threatens you the most. Which quarterback is going to give you the fear that they're going to beat you with the pass, and you got to play to that. With Braylon Edwards on the field versus Ted Ginn on the field, I think the Jets have an opportunity to make you soften the coverage a little bit, not dominate the run calls, and I think the Jets have a better chance to run the ball. Rex Ryan has been calling for a rematch of the Wildcat. A minute after that game was over, he said, I want to play this Wildcat again. Very interested to see how he can do it without Chris Jenkins.
You know, that's the other part. Get to that one sec, Pat, because you take a look at what happened in that first game, and they ran for 151 yards. Ronnie Brown had a couple of scores over 100 yards, but now it's Ricky Williams coming off a great game against the Saints. You know, people always say, all right, we're going to stop it the next time we see it, and they don't stop it. So why is that? How do they attack it?
Well, there's a couple of variations of the Wildcat that they use. The one with Ronnie Brown is the one that's the most dangerous, because he's left-handed and he can throw. If he would show you 3 or 4 passes in the first half, now you're really dangerous. The one that the defenses have told me they're not afraid of is the Pat White version. Here's what one defensive coach said: the Pat White Wildcat is just a lousy shotgun offense. That's what they see. They don't see the other one. The Ronnie Brown one presents the power play. Remember, when Pat White is in their Wildcat, they don't really threaten the inside of the defense with a power lead play that they can with Ronnie and there and Ricky, and they send them both through in the inside. That's the one the Jets will see without Chris Jenkins once again.
Yeah, you're going to see a lot of Ronnie Brown and a lot of Ricky Williams, and keep it away from Chet Henne, who, by the way, in that game with the Jets, had a great fourth quarter. Now, speaking of rookies, Chet Henne last year, it's his second season. Mark Sanchez, a rookie. A lot made to do about this hot dog here, Pat. I think it's put aside. You don't worry about it. But how about his rookie counterpart in Sean Green? Because he last week showed exactly what he did at Iowa, and the reason the Jets took him in the third round with the first pick of that third round.
Well, first off, I was disappointed that he had the hot dog. He should have had a Tyson Anytizer. That's the first thing I'd like to say about that. All right? Well, if you're going to get caught with something, get caught with something.
Not sure which one's healthier. I don't know.
Well, the next thing is he better get himself a hot dog. I'd like to see him. But, you know, he did go out, to the viewers here, he did go to New York yesterday and distribute hot dogs to the starving homeless.
More than 1,000 of them. But what about Sean Green, Pat?
I like Sean Green. Big power runner. But you're going to ask me eventually, is he going to be able to replace Leon Washington? Yes, he can in the run game stuff. 144 yards last week. Powerful kid with explosion. The real question is, how do they take care of replacing Leon in the return game? They're asking Justin Miller, who they re-signed, to go do that. That's where the question is about Leon Washington.
He's had success in the past. We'll see if he does it here. Pat,
he had so much success, they let him go.
Let him go to Oakland, where he also had success. 1 p.m. Eastern kickoff on CBS. Who you taking?
Tough game here, and I'm going to take the Jets this time. I think the Jets have enough going on, and I don't think we'll see the hot dog on the sideline, but the reason he had the hot dog is the game was out of reach at that point. I like the Jets in this game.
38-0. It's just a little bit out of reach.
Game.
Yeah, a little bit out of reach. We'll see how it all plays out. 1 p.m. Eastern on CBS. For more, stay with CBSSports.com. That'll do it for the NFL Preview Show, presented by Tyson Anytizers, the meaty Good Man snack, which apparently now you can get on the sidelines of NFL games. For Pat Kirwan, I'm Jason Horowitz. Take care, folks.